up guys, EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be something a little bit different, my top 10 films of 2016. So I was actually hoping to give you guys a Blu-ray DVD update today, but a couple of the movies I ordered haven't arrived yet. That is the times we live in. Some things take a little bit longer to get here, so hopefully next week I'll have an update for you. And in the weeks in between, I do updates because I've been doing these updates every couple of weeks. I hope to get out more of these top 10 lists, put out more videos on a weekly basis as opposed to one video every couple of weeks, because eventually I'm just not going to make videos at some point, as is my history on YouTube. But yeah, I've fallen behind on my top 10 lists, obviously, over the past few years. This list is 3-4 years old now. So I do have top tens for the last couple years. Obviously, I like making top 10 lists. I've got top 10 lists for genres and decades and all kinds of stuff. So the weeks in between my Blu-ray and DVD updates, I would like to do some more of these top 10 lists and so on. So anyway, let's get on with it. My top 10 films of 2016, counting down. Up first, we have The Neon Demon, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, who of course directed Drive with Ryan Gosling. I know a lot of people love that film. I liked certain parts of that movie, but overall not as much as most people. This film I really dug. I thought it was a fantastic horror slash noir thriller, really cool film. I thought Elle Fanning was stunning as this young model who goes to Los Angeles and has to deal with the sort of seedy underworld of high fashion modeling. Great supporting cast: Janet Malone, Christina Hendricks, Keanu Reeves, to name a few. Yeah, I thought Elle Fanning was just fantastic. Really cool, sleek looking film. Just kind of trippy in parts. Really an interesting film from start to finish, and it was one of my favorites of 2016. The ending is great as well, I thought. So that is The Neon Demon at number 10. Alright, at number 9, we have Arrival, high on many people's lists from this year, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who of course also directed the Blade Runner sequel slash reboot, Blade Runner 2049, with Ryan Gosling as well. And he's doing the remake of Dune, which I think comes out later this year, or maybe next year, considering what's going on with Hollywood and release dates. But yeah, Arrival, fantastic film. Amy Adams stars as this language specialist who's brought on by the military to investigate, of course, these giant alien crafts who have landed around the world, and to sort of discover their purpose. Fantastic looking film, great music, great supporting cast, people like Jeremy Renner and Forrest Whitaker. Beautiful film. Always been a big fan of Amy Adams. Yeah, great film about sort of where humanity is going and language. It's a really good film about language and communication. Stunning ending as well. Arrival was one of the best films of 2016. It didn't grab me as much as I'd say most people at first. That's why it's sort of lower down on my list, but I've only seen it once. I haven't seen it since obviously I initially saw it, but Arrival, fantastic film. Number 9 on my list. Alright, up next at number 8 we have Deadpool. Yeah, fantastic superhero film. One of the first great R-rated superhero flicks of the last decade. The role that Ryan Reynolds was born to play, absolutely fantastic as Wade, this mercenary who gets experimented on and turned into this wisecracking killing machine. Yeah, Deadpool is just so much fun, and has a lot of heart too. I thought Morena Baccarin, who plays his girlfriend in the film, really added a lot of great heart to the film. You've got great appearances by Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Ed Skrein as the villain. Yeah, Deadpool was just a blast from beginning to end. The sequel was great too. I really enjoyed the sequel. Yeah, just a fantastic film from start to finish. And Ryan Reynolds, I like him in a lot of stuff, but this one really is his crowning achievement. Deadpool is such the perfect character for him, and he absolutely nails it in this film and the sequel. So that is Deadpool at number 8. All right, up next we have number 7, which is Hell or High Water, a fantastic crime thriller starring Chris Pine, who learns that his mother's ranch is getting taken over by the bank, and he enlists the help of his brother, played by Ben Foster, fantastic as well, to rob the branches of the bank. Yeah, just a really great crime slash western. Uh, Jeff Bridges, fantastic as the ranger who's after them. Just a really well made film from start to finish. I absolutely loved it. The ending is great. Between when he finally catches up with him on his porch, after the aftermath of everything that's happened. Just a fantastic film from start to finish. Hell or High Water. Pretty underrated, I think, from 2016. It still holds up. Fantastic movie. And number 7 on my list. Alright, guys, moving on to number 6. We have The Nice Guys. Another great crime thriller. Written and directed by Shane Black. Again, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Fantastic film. One plays a like the worst detective in the world, and Russell Crowe plays an enforcer trying to find a missing girl in L.A. Yeah, just a really great, witty, well-written script by Shane Black. Fantastic film. I really enjoyed the performances, especially by Crowe and Gosling and the young girl, the daughter in this film. Yeah, I thought it was fun from beginning to end. I like these type of movies, sort of a dark blend of comedy and crime. Yeah, The Nice Guys, one of my favorite films of 2016 at number 6. All right, up next at number 5, probably the most popular film of that year, and that is La Land, if I can get the words out. Yeah, fantastic musical, of course, directed by Damien Chazelle, who won the Academy Award for Best Director, but unfortunately this film did not win for Best Picture. It was snatched from their hands by the people from Moonlight, of course. And the reason you won't see Moonlight on this list is I was not really a fan of that film. I was sort of underwhelmed by it as a whole. But I loved this film. It was a great musical set in Hollywood, sort of about movies and music, both of which I love. Emma Stone, fantastic in a Oscar-winning performance as a actress, and Ryan Gosling again, a big year for Ryan Gosling as a jazz musician as they fall in love. Fantastic music, beautiful, colorful, vibrant movie from start to finish. I loved it. I thought it was terrific. And like I said, out of the two favorites for Best Picture, this would have been my choice. La La Land at number 5. Alright guys, moving on to number 4, a fantastic film that I loved, and that is Hidden Figures. Yeah, a great film directed by Theodore Melfi about African American women who at the dawn of the space race helped NASA put John Glenn up into orbit. Yeah, fantastic cast led by Octavia Spencer, Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe. I thought Kevin Costner was great as the director. Jim Parsons, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, really good role for him as one of the NASA guys. And a good role for Kirsten Dunst as well. Yeah, just a really fascinating film. I love films about space exploration and NASA, and seeing the inner workings of this story was really interesting to me. Just a great film with a fantastic cast, really well written scripts. I thought Hidden Figures was one of the best films of 2016 and number 4 on my list. Alright, moving on to number 3. For me, one of the best superhero films of the past decade, without a doubt, and that's Captain America Civil War, directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. Yeah, just a fantastic film from start to finish, sort of Avengers 2.5, because let's face it, this was a lot better than Age of Ultron. Um, yeah, Daniel Bull is sort of the villain in this film. He sort of is the catalyst that brings Iron Man and Captain America to butt heads throughout this film, as one sort of looks to keep their freedoms while sort of surprisingly Iron Man, Tony Stark, fantastic Robert Downey Jr. is the one who wants the government to sort of control their actions and what they do, and holds them accountable and responsible for their actions, obviously following the events of Age of Ultron. And that was a great dynamic in this film. Is you expect Tony Stark to be the wild card, the wild man, who wants to go his own way and do his own thing, but it's the opposite with Steve Rogers playing that role. Chris Evans, fantastic as Captain America. I actually rewatched pretty much all the Marvel films back in summer, fall last year, as I was gearing up to finally watch Endgame when I finally got around to seeing that. So I rewatched all the MCU films in order, and Civil War absolutely stands out as a fantastic achievement. I like all the Captain America films. The first Avenger a lot. On second rewatching, that film really stood out to me, and overall I think the whole phase one of Marvel, many people might say it's really about Tony Stark, but I think the whole story really is about Steve Rogers. I thought Chris Evans is just fantastic as Captain America throughout all these films, and his story and especially the Captain America film just got better and better. Winter Soldier was better than First Avenger, and Civil War was better than Winter Soldier. Of course, fantastic supporting cast, great action set pieces, the tunnel chase, and also, of course, the airport scene. Just brilliant, bombastic action filmmaking, just epic. That whole sequence. The whole cast is great. People like Don Cheadle and Anthony Mackie, Scarlett Johansson, Paul Rudd. Of course, we get introduced to Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and Vision, played by Paul Bettany, and Elizabeth Olsen. Just a fantastic cast from start to finish. Just a great movie from start to finish. Like I said, the ending fight at the Antarctic base or Arctic base, whatever, with Cap, Iron Man, and Winter Soldier. Just fantastic film. Really is one of the best MCU films, without a doubt. And number 3 on my list. Alright guys, moving on to the final two. At number 2 we have Passengers. Really an underrated film. It really didn't do that well and didn't get sort of the plaudits I think it deserved. I thought it was a fantastic movie, directed by Morton Tilden, starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. A spaceship carrying the hopes of humanity is on its way to a far distant planet. Obviously something has gone wrong with Earth, and this spaceship is out to repopulate the human race. Of course, Chris Pratt unfortunately gets woken up due to a technical error of some sort, and he finds himself isolated on a ship for a 90-year journey, and the sort of decisions he makes will affect him and one other person's life for the rest of their lives to be carried out on this spaceship. I thought it was a fantastic dynamic between obviously Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. A film about isolation, love, betrayal, and ultimately forgiveness, all wrapped up in this great setting aboard the spaceship, traveling through the far reaches of space. Like I said, I love films about space travel and exploration, but this film added a sort of interesting dynamic, had shades of The Martian or Castaway, films like that, even film like Event Horizon. I absolutely loved it from start to finish. The performances, especially by Pratt, sorry, I always get those two mixed up. Chris Pratt and J. Law were just fantastic, especially Jennifer Lawrence. She was absolutely great in this. Passengers, really underrated and one of my favorite films of 2016 at number 2. Alright, last but not least, at number 1, my favorite film of 2016, and that is Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson, of course starring Anthony Garfield as Desmond Doss, a conscious objector during World War II who fought on the front lines in the Pacific at the Battle of Okinawa, helped save 75 American lives, and he was a medic. He never fired a shot because he didn't believe in killing. Fantastic World War II film. I'm a huge fan of war movies in general, and especially World War II. I just watched 1917. Obviously, that's about World War One. A couple nights ago. Loved that movie. That'll be high on my list of films from 2019. But yeah, Hacksaw Ridge, I thought was a great film. Not the best war movie of the past 20 years, but certainly I thought the best film of 2016. Great action, great performances, especially by Anthony Garfield. Good supporting cast, small roles for people like Sam Worthington, Teresa Palmer, Vince Vaughn, Hugo Weaving, to name a few. Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge, just a great war film from start to finish. I say that a lot, especially in this video, but I really did enjoy it. And that's why it's my favorite film of 2016. So that is my top 10 list of 2016. Hope you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different today, not a update, which I do hope to have, like I said, next week, and every other week I'll do different types of videos. Because yeah, I don't buy movies every week because I can't really afford it, but gotta keep up the channel going. At least do a video every week. That should be my goal, especially during this time. I am working during this time, fortunately. I hope everybody is staying safe, staying healthy as best they can in these trying times. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.